Welcome everyone to this wonderful day. I'm Danny with Casa in Betania, and this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. And today I want to talk about running the spiritual race. And we have Paul, who in 1 Corinthians chapter 9 talks about running a race of faith. And I want to jump in right away and read from 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 24. And Paul writes, "Do you not know that those who run in a race all run, but only one receives the prize? Run in such a way that you may obtain it. And everyone who competes for the prize is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a perishable crown, but we for an imperishable crown. Therefore I run thus, not with uncertainty. Thus I fight, and not as one who beats the air, but I discipline my body and bring it into subjection, lest when I have preached to others, I myself should become disqualified." In verse 24, he makes a point that we're all in this race, we're all running the race, and only one gets a prize when he's speaking about a competition. Now for me, I ran in college and I competed in track and field at a pretty high level. I was in a lot of great races, and I was fortunate enough to win some of these races. And every day was, training 8 to 10 miles every day in the rain, if it was hot, whatever the conditions were, we were out there running our miles, doing our workouts, so we can train ourselves to when the competition comes, we could become, as a team, to win, and as an individual runner, to win a championship. And I was fortunate enough to do that. And I can relate really well to Paul when he says he's disciplining his body. He's temperate in all things. He's out there, speaking the gospel. He's out there in jail. He was out beaten and left for dead. But yet he keeps on going every single day, preaching the gospel, running the race of faith, and not to receive just a medal that perishes, but to receive an eternal crown of glory. We have the Olympics, and it's huge. It comes every 4 years, and it's an exciting event when we watch athletes compete at the highest level. And they give their whole lives, basically dedicate their whole lives to run a race or to compete in a race. And at the end, they get a gold medal, which is great, and it's a satisfaction to them personally. But in the end, all that will perish, and for what reason? And we are doing this to achieve a crown of glory, to run a race for faith, and to make it to heaven and to rejoice with the saints. So together, we got to discipline ourselves, to read our Bible, to give our tithe, to make it to church, to help others around us, and to really live that life, not only to preach it, but actually to live a life of faith. And I want to continue to Hebrews in chapter 12, verse 1. And the author writes, "Therefore we also, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and he sat down at the right hand of the throne of God." This is such a wonderful passage that paints such a great picture that we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. And to me, I see that these are the people, the saints, and those of the faith who went before us, who finished their race. And now they're in heaven looking down upon us as we were running our race, and in a sense cheering us on. And we have such this idea of like we're being watched by those around us and encouraging us. And I just love how the author, some people say it's Paul, I'm not sure, but I just love how the author says, looking into Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. So Jesus is the one who we started our journey with, and he is the one who will bring us through the finish line. We have our burdens, we have our cares of the world, but we put our trust in Jesus and in God. He will carry us to the finish line, into eternal glory, which no one can ever take away from us. So I just encourage you guys to look to those in the past who've done great things, the pillars of our faith, people who've come before us, our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents who laid a foundation for us and now who are with the Lord. And they've taught us and instilled in us how to be faithful, how to live a life of faith, and to teach us how to read our Bible, to pray, and all these things. Let us not forget and let us remember that as our journey continues, we can look back onto these things. And just want to end with a verse from 2 Timothy. Paul writes, he's in jail at this time of writing of 2 Timothy, and he realizes the end is near. He realizes that the time left on earth for him is coming to an end, and he writes that, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, and I have kept the faith. That's something we all want to say when we know, we don't know when our time is up on earth. We're running this race. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. But we just continually ask God to give us the same mindset that we have fought the good fight and we finished the race of faith, that we can be with the Lord in heaven and really just rejoice in our struggles that we had on earth. And encourage you guys to keep reading your Bible, to keep praying, to help others in need, to be a light in this dark world, and keep running the race of faith, and to discipline our bodies, our minds, our thoughts, whatever we do, let it be for the glory of God, and we continue to press forward as those who came before us. And I just thank you guys all for listening, and we just continually pray for you, and that God will bless you and be with you. Until next time, I'm Danny with Casa, Betania. God bless you all.